Doctor. Whenever you're ready. Well, hello everyone. New intro. Hey, how about that? I hope it worked. Because I have no idea whether that's worked. That's the first time I've used it. But welcome everybody. Welcome to a live stream with me and my good friend Jack. Welcome, Jack, and hello. And how are you today, mate?
Hello, Gobby, and I'm doing fine. And hello, everyone who's watching.
Yes, we've got 4 people watching so far, so we're doing well. Who's this singing? What's he on about already? Well, that's actually, I do believe it's Maisie Rain, and it's good and old enough to rock and roll, and it's from the Iron Eagle soundtrack. There you go. Which apparently is okay because I've cleared it and I'm not breaching copyright, so we should be fine. So he says, I'll get copyright struck a second to do this, no problem. So at the moment, we've got Time Prophet and Lee's in the chat as well. Hello, Lee. You all right, mate? Nice for you to join us. So then, had a bit of a week with the old Doctor Who, haven't we, Jack?
Yep. A lot happened.
A lot happened. And it appears that the fandom, or should we say those certain sections, they're now picking on something else. Now, apparently, they don't like David Tennant anymore. And they're not happy that he's overshadowed Jodie. And for some unknown reason, a lot of them are surprised that Jodie regenerated into David, even though it's been blatantly obvious for how many months now? I'm stunned. How can you not know? Everybody knew. It's just like, oh, I don't know. The madness. Oh, John's here. Hello, John. You're all right, mate. And so's Colin. Right then, so are you surprised that they're surprised that David Tennant became the new Doctor, even though we've all known for how long now?
I don't think they're surprised at all. I think they're just trying to make as much drama out of it as possible because, oh dear, the Doctor's changed into a patriarchal white man. So what a horrible, horrible thing. It just proves that they were never fans to begin with, because what fan would complain that Tennant's coming back?
Well, exactly. I mean, if you look at it, him coming back, as there's a lot of people who used to be on what we call the other side, who are now quite happy that David Tennant's along. So it now really just shows you that those people who aren't, they're not interested in the show. They're just interested in the drama and the attention, and they all look at me, and it's sad, really. But you know what? They're never going to be happy, are they? Let's be brutally honest. They never are. It's just unbelievable.
A lot of them said they would leave if this happens, so leave.
Yeah, but I bet you they don't.
No, they won't.
No, of course they won't, because it's not about that, is it? It's about oh, Matthew's here. Hi, Matthew. Nice of you to join us, mate. It's not about that though, is it? And this is what I think we've all got to come to terms with, these what used to be called J-bots. were nothing more than just agitators. They're not interested in the show. They just wanted to wind us up, didn't they? Let's be brutally honest. They just
Yeah.
wanted to be annoyed at us, and now it's all changed. I mean, I actually saw somebody who I follow who was what I was called the J-bot, and she tweeted that it's a bit hypocritical of those people who spent 5 years calling everybody who had the hashtag not my doctor as evil are now taking the hashtag not my doctor. That just shows you how mad it is. It's just it's just absolutely mental. I just don't get it myself. I really don't. I don't understand why people have to do this, mate. I really don't. I mean, what do you think?
I think it just proves why it's good not to be a fan on the internet and just be a traditional fan, you know. In fact, I had a mate, we haven't really spoken to each other in years. He messaged me up out of the blue and said, "Oh, Tennant's coming back, isn't it exciting?" I was just like, see, that's what Doctor Who does. Gets
Yeah.
people talking, brings people together, you know, and I think all this stuff on Twitter, it's just Twitter needs to go. I think it's
Oh,
broken the human psyche.
yeah. Well, shall we wait and see what good old Elon does for a bit first? Because it
Well,
seems we,
this is the thing
it's
I
good.
have. Is he's a multi-billionaire, right?
Yep, absolutely.
If you believe in the whole like billionaires, the World Economic Forum, and all that running the world from behind the scenes, this corporation's been taken over by another billionaire, and if he goes against the narrative, they'll probably have him shot.
Yeah. But the thing is look. I mean, look at the hoo-ha he's already caused. I mean, to be fair, it's been quite pleasurable watching all these people lose their minds over the fact that he dares bring back people with differing opinions onto a social network platform. I mean, it's just. I mean, I've noticed quite a lot have come back. I've sent some messages in because obviously Lee needs to get his account reinstated, which would be very, very nice if you're listening, Elon, which you're probably not, but you know, because who's going to listen to me? But it's just, Gina Carano's back. She came back. Loads of people come back. A lot of people have suddenly noticed that they're getting thousands of new followers, which they lost and now have all reappeared again. Obviously, it's going to take a bit of time, but you're right. It's a billionaire. He's invited Trump back on. So that's going to get people's back up. But I think you're right. They're going to make sure that if he does do this, they're going to make his life very awkward, shall we say.
Mm.
It's a shame, really, because I'm going to wait and see what happens. But Twitter is definitely a cesspool of hive of scum and villainy, as Obi-Wan would say. It's just unbelievable sometimes. It really is. But the reactions to the new Doctor, I mean, they're all now saying, "Oh, David Tennant's come back," and that's overshadowed Shooty. But no, it hasn't, because we've all, if you bother to pay attention to the show, we all knew this was coming months ago. So, and I don't think it does. I think it's a very clever way by Russell to try and pull fans back, because speaking from personal experience, as soon as David Tennant popped up on the screen, my wife said she's going to watch. Instantly.
I do have a concern about that.
Yeah, carry on. Fire away.
I've mentioned this on Noel's stream, much to upsetting poor Noel, but he it's this thing that they might just be using nostalgia bait to bring us back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a distinct possibility.
And as someone who loves to keep RTD's original era in its own little bubble, I hope that he doesn't do anything to tarnish or damage his original legacy, because, Donna's character arc was complete, and so was Tennant's, except for that bit where he turned evil. And there was some article I saw that apparently the 10th Doctor makes up for a good villain. Like, he'll be the evil Doctor and Gatwa will have to fight him, I suppose. It was some stupid article I read, because, evil white man sort of thing.
Yeah,
so
well, that's probably more reason why that was said, because the clip that what I'm sort of taking out of it is that very short clip we got at the end of the Power of the Doctor, where we saw what was coming, and we had Shooty shouting, "What the hell is going on here?"
No, Gobby, it wasn't like that. It wasn't. It was,
well,
what the hell is going on here?
Well, I can't do that language. I'm not going to speak like I'm a Brummie. But I think that is him on, that cliff edge where she was, where the other past doctors were. I think he's there, and I think that he knows he's supposed to be the next doctor, but something's gone wrong, because I think some of those bits weren't done by Chibnall. I think the cliff edge and the regeneration, they were. I think they were done by RTD's team, because I think they were setting something up that would allow the 60th to be explained why David's come back. I mean, they've come straight out and said he's the 14th Doctor, not the 10th. So I think a lot of it was done more to set up the 60th than it was actually to tell Jodie's last one, which was, let's be brutally honest, not a brilliant episode. And it wasn't. I'll probably get my chance to do my review now, because obviously the kids have been off school for this week, so it's been a bit difficult to get in the shed and do stuff. So, but it'd be interesting.
Like you say, when you actually analyze the plot, it's all about where the doctors come from. You know,
Exactly.
It goes into quite. I'm surprised, really, because Doctor Who's always struck me as a very more atheistic, you know, science kind of show. But it's gone into like that spiritual idea that you exist before you're born, and then you go beyond the abyss after. So it's like the classic Doctors have gone beyond, and yet you know, Shooty's ready to jump in almost.
Yeah,
and
like,
they're almost setting that up, but instead of Shooty jumping in, Tennant got in front of him
somehow.
You know, he came back from beyond, and I'm sure that's going to be explained.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not sure if I like this, because I never like it when they mess around with the numbers.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, I've said this before.
What number are we actually on?
Oh,
does anyone know anymore? Does anyone know anymore? I mean, does the numbers even matter anymore? Because it's just been shot to buggery over the New Who. But we'll have to wait and see. But I think it's going to be interesting. But I think it's all going to mix in with the. I presume we're still all presuming that Neil Patrick Harris plays the Celestial Toymaker. So is it something he did during the regeneration? I'm presuming it's all going to be explained, but I do get the impression that those few scenes were done to set up the 60th more than anything else. That's what. But I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, what do I know? You know, but it feels like that's what that was there for. It kind of makes, if you look at it, it makes more sense why that bit was there in reality to anything else, because
it's quite annoying, because it means that if I ever love Russell's era, I'm going to have to buy Power of the Doctor on DVD for it to make sense.
Yeah, it's going to suck that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or can't you just download the last bit, those clips, and just keep them?
I'll keep it on like a disc drive and just be like, there we are. I'll just put that on the shelf. I'll put a little note saying, watch the end of Power of the Doctor before you start this.
Yes, exactly. You know, I mean, I don't know, but it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see. There is the possibility this is going to be a classic bait and switch. That's always going to have to be there in people's minds, because it's, you know, it is trying to drag people back in. Well, the thing is, it's like everything else. We don't know. We can guess, but I suppose it'll have to be. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Hello, Bad Wolf. Nice of you to join us. I don't know. It's confusing. I did also think it was quite amazing how quickly they moved to basically drop anything that had anything connection with Jodie. You know, new logos and all this sort of stuff that moved very, very fast. It gave me the distinct impression that they just wanted to make everybody forget it, to be fair. Because, I mean, the actual episode itself seemed to just basically ignore everything that had happened before. We didn't get the universe being repaired, for one. We didn't get the timeless child even mentioned again. So I think it was, let's just get this episode done and let's move on as quickly as we can, because they're moving a pace now as if this was a nothing and everybody should pretend that it didn't happen, even though a lot of us have had to suffer 5 years of crap. I mean, the logo itself is an old logo. Let's be brutally honest. It's not a new generation. So even the logo is kind of saying, hey guys, look, that we're going back to when Doctor Who was great. Look, even
Yeah.
with him got an old logo, does that make you feel warm and comfortable? You get that impression that they're desperately trying to pull people in. I just hope that it's not a bait and switch, because
It's just because the stuff there's been so many red flags for
yeah,
Shooty. There's been
yeah,
so many red flags, and there's all like, where would I take the TARDIS? Africa, Nigeria. It's like, oh, they just so happen to be the first two places you mention.
yeah.
It's like you're not confirming any stereotype at all.
I mean,
It's
there was a
just
lot of
like,
I know. I mean, there's a lot of
you
hoo ha
know,
because he said the word they. They
I
would.
didn't actually hear him the first time. I had to
Yeah,
really go back and listen. I'm like, look,
he's describing. He's using the word they in its proper term, as in a group of people.
group of
They,
people, the doctor, yeah,
the
yeah,
doctor, because the doctor isn't one person. It's a group of people. It's a group of personalities. And that was another thing that was seized on. Oh well, he's saying they them. No, he's not.
no.
He's just referring to the fact that accurately, the doctor isn't one person. It really isn't one person, and that just shows you that it was, again, that was seized on for no reason, for absolutely no reason, just to cause aggro, basically. So
One thing I didn't like was when he said they can be anyone or anything. And I'm like,
yeah,
I don't like that. Because if you do that, then it's not a character anymore. It's a
mm,
plot device.
exactly. Well, yeah,
And
I agree with
does
that.
this mean that the next Doctor we're going to get is, I don't know, dare I
A mug,
say it? Just anything, really.
anything.
But
Um,
it also just means, they can have unlimited representation over and over again. And it's like, I've just never seen anything wrong with the Doctor just being who he's always been,
yeah,
which is a white, a straight white sort of English gentleman kind of character.
yeah.
You
Which
know,
is archetypally what he is. There's no going from that, but unfortunately, as we've discussed before, in the world that we live in right now, for some unknown reason, skin color is now an issue. Is now a major thing that needs to be pushed. Where we've spent so many years trying to say that it doesn't matter anymore. So I'm a bit confused by all of that myself, because
mhm,
that was the whole idea of the Race Relations Act and this, that, and the other. And as Morgan Freeman quite famously said, the way to stop racism is don't talk about it.
stop talking about it.
Yeah, don't call me a black man, and I won't call you a white man. And that
No,
is literally as simple as it is. So,
absolutely.
oh, Lee's off. He's just nipping off to Noel's stream now, so he'll catch up later. See you
Well,
later, Lee. Thanks
too
for
good
popping
for
in.
us. See you later.
Yeah, see you, Lee. So, yeah. So I don't understand why, after spending all these years telling people skin color doesn't matter, now it does. So, what was all that crap for the last 50 years? As I've said, I don't see skin color. I never have. As far as I don't judge anyone on their race, religion, whatever. I just judge them on whether they're being a twat or not, basically. If you're being a twat, you're being a twat. It doesn't matter anything else. And it annoys me that this has become something. And it
Mm,
also, it's like they have to pick something for a built-in deflection. If something goes wrong, well, you don't like Jodie. Oh, you don't like it because you're sexist. No, it's written badly. No, you see, you're being misogynistic. I really know. And that's how it feels now, like it's a built-in excuse so they can just deflect criticism. And that also
yeah.
worries me. That does really worry me, because it's
The thing is, though, I'm gonna give him a chance. Like,
oh
I'm not
yeah,
gonna be like, oh, he's a black doctor. That's it. I don't like him. I would prefer that the character remain who he is, but at the same time, I don't want to be that guy.
yeah,
Who's just like, I would never want to be horrible to him. He genuinely seems like a nice guy. Like, if a black,
yeah,
the thing is, if I was a writer and I was casting the Doctor, and a person of color was like, love this role, I've loved this character my whole life, I couldn't turn him away just because
no,
the Doctor's never been a person of color before, because that's not who I am. But there are just things where sometimes I would have accepted Richard. I can never pronounce his surname, but from the
oh, I know what you
IT
mean.
crowd,
Yeah, the
I'd,
IT crowd.
I'd
I
have
can't do it.
loved him
Oh yeah,
to
because
have been the
he's
Doctor.
he's a very funny man. He
Mm,
really is funny, and he's a good actor as well. So I
yeah,
can never
and I
pronounce.
don't
I
think he's
can't do it.
down. Like, he doesn't constantly go on about this modern day stuff, I don't think.
No, not really. I've never heard. Well, you've never heard him say anything. John's put it. I'll put it up on the screen. It's a. I can't pronounce it, and I wouldn't want to because
AORD? Is that it?
AORD. I think something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
And if we've pronounced it wrong, please accept our apologies. Because
And another one is Idris Elba.
oh God, there's a man. That's an actor. God, he'd have put some gravitas.
And
But the thing is,
has everything, doesn't he? Has
oh,
everything the Doctor needs.
I mean, he just walks on the stage. He works on a stage or a screen, and he just exudes.
One of the things that really worries me, Gobby, is this seems to be going as almost like a reboot to Doctor Who, in the sense that Ncuti Gatwa will be the first Doctor. So it kind of goes hand in hand with, we've had 50 plus years of a white fella. Now the next Doctor is going to start off with black.
Yeah.
And it just seems like there's a bit of symbolism going on there. And I just hope that they don't focus on it. I hope they don't make anything of it, or he doesn't utter something like, much better now, or I've moved with the times. I've moved with the,
Yeah, it's what was it? Jodie's one. I've had an upgrade. That was her line. Oh, I've had an upgrade. Yeah, I see what you mean. What they should do in reality is just hit and just literally just go as if nothing has changed. I see what you mean. A lot of this has been rumored as a reboot, a restart. I just hope it doesn't. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I just hope it doesn't crap all over it, and I hope they just move on and don't. I mean, what was it? It was like, what was it? Bill Potts when she was a lesbian, and we had to take every episode or every other episode the chance to mention the fact. If you start mentioning the facts, you become to make the show about that and not about what it's supposed to be about. And the other thing I'd like to see is the Doctor actually being front and center of his own show. That would be nice.
Oh my God, not the Clara Oswald show.
No, exactly. I don't want it to be. I want the Doctor up in front, and I don't. The companion was always there as our eyes and ears, basically. And I don't want the companion to be anything other than that. So it'd be interesting. Oh, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see.
But can I just say, I've never had anything against Bill. I actually really liked her. I thought she was a massive improvement to Clara.
Oh God, yeah. I'll be honest. The character of Bill Potts, Pearl Mackie, played a blinder as far as I'm concerned. I really enjoyed her character. I really did. I thought she was a great companion. Unfortunately, obviously, the writing began to get. You started to see the writing going in a particular direction.
I always ignore that episode where they punch that racist guy.
Yes, and also the one in London where they say that history's whitewashed when it really,
That's
really
the same
wasn't.
Episode.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what I mean.
Ignore that one.
Yeah. But it's a shame because, as I said, I thought she was. I really liked her as a companion. She was much better. Clara was, for all intents and purposes, I only ever saw Clara as it did become the Clara show, but she was there for eye candy as far as I could ascertain.
Yeah. So Moffat was like, no, she's not. Look, she's strong. She's powerful. I'm like, yeah, I believe
and
you.
Then, and it's it's no reflection. The truth is that we need the companion to be there as us. That's what the companion was supposed to be all along, to be fair. And I hope they don't ever have another Alcoholics Anonymous meeting about who was, because I didn't like that bit in the Power of the Doctor when they're all sat round. I've spent the Doctor and this, that, and the other. I didn't like that at all. I thought that was just that was.
Oh, did anybody notice? I was going to bring this up on non-stream, but I didn't because it was too difficult to. But did anyone notice the fella who played Ian Chesterton, William Russell?
Yeah,
and he said, wait, did you say a woman? Like they really had to rub it in. It's like, times have changed.
Yeah, times have changed.
And I'm just like, really, you dragged him into this?
It's just.
I'm so happy he's still here, though. That means I can meet him.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely. But the thing is that sitting round, that was literally just As I describe the episode as a bad game of Dungeons and Dragons, where the game master just keeps throwing random things in. That was just there for eye candy. That was just, oh look, look, old companions. Oh, aren't we good? And you think, no, you're not, because I thought that actually, that just didn't make sense. But what do I know? I mean, I just sat there and I thought that was actually distracting from Jodie's regeneration. I didn't like that. And Jodie's tag, you're it. Really? Is that the best? I mean,
that was so
you look at all.
bad.
I mean, you look at all the other regenerations where we get these really good, long, powerful speeches about, the
I can memorize them now. It's like, what was Eccleston's? Do you know what? So was I. Tennant's, I don't want to go. Bit controversial, but neither did the audience. Matt Smith.
No, that is true.
Oh God, what was that one?
I'll always remember the time when I was the Doctor.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then, he kind of didn't really say anything in his last moments. He just took his bow tie off and exploded.
Basically.
And when Capaldi's the drag out of all drag outs, never ever eat bears. Okay.
That's a good impression, by the way. I like that.
Then, Doctor, I let you go.
There you go.
And then just explodes.
And now you get tag. Tag, you're it.
Oh, and by the way, message to all my viewers: you're all disgusting.
Really good, mate. Awesome.
And then just explodes, and then Tennant's like, I know those teeth. I know that what's in between my legs.
Yeah, hold on a minute. I didn't have one of them a minute ago.
This is 2022.
Oh,
Donna!
God. It's just unbelievable, isn't it? It's just, I mean, there's even controversy over the location of the regeneration, isn't there? On the Durdle Door, when the people who allowed it to do it didn't realise they were going to do that, and now they're frightened people are going to go and stand there and try and do the same thing and fall off and die.
Well, if they want to, that's up to them.
Well, I mean, it's a bit. It is a bit stupid.
So, I mean, if it was a windy day, we could have lost Tennant.
Oh God, that would have been shocking. Then what would they have done?
Oh well, Shooter would have come in early and just been like,
well, you'd have to really, wouldn't they? It's as I said, I thought the ending was good. The regeneration, I did like Tennant's reference to like recognizing that he was back to an original Doctor. I thought that was quite good, and quite a good nod to his when he first appeared. Obviously, because that was his line, wasn't he, when he first regenerated?
New teeth, that's weird.
New teeth, but yeah. So
the only thing that would have made it even cooler is if they were in Barcelona.
Oh yes, absolutely. That would have been even better, wouldn't it? They should have thought of that. They should have thought of that. Barcelona,
not the city Barcelona, the planet Barcelona. They got dogs with no noses. That would have been too much CGI, I think.
Oh, I think so. You might be pushing it. Yeah, Time Prophets put Tennant was in front of a Greenstead. He really wasn't on Durdle Door, but he may not have been. But the people who own the land, they actually own the land. Durdle Door said the BBC lied to them what they were actually going to do on there, and they're not particularly happy. So it's they're not very happy at all. They were very. Was that the cliff edge that on the one her ratings fell off? Well, fair enough. I mean, the thing is, this is it. I mean, when it all boils down to it, she'll go down in history as the Doctor that lost the most viewers in the shortest amount of episodes than any other Doctor, I think. So there's a record to have. Because it's not fair. It's not fair to say that to Sylvester McCoy because he didn't even get a chance to finish the series.
No, but the thing is, there were external factors that were against him.
Absolutely.
Except with Jodie, everything was in her favour.
Yeah.
That's the difference between her and Sylvester.
Yeah, exactly.
His 30 seconds just felt more like Doctor Who than her 5 years.
That bit between him and Ace was just absolutely brilliant.
The best thing about having children is watching them fly.
It was just perfect because obviously at the end of their era they just literally just walked off and you never got anything else, and then you got that feeling that they'd fell out and then I thought it brought their era quite nicely to a close. I thought that was really nice.
Yeah.
I thought that was
It
very well
filled in a
written.
gap.
It did. It filled in a massive gap.
It's just a shame it has to be a part of this bloody era. Why couldn't Russell have done this?
Yes, exactly. You know,
See,
and
that's what I mean. I'm gonna have to get it on DVD just for those
just
scenes.
for those bits. You know, it was
And then
just
you get that wonderful bit, and then all of a sudden AI Jodie pops up again and just kills the whole vibe.
well, yeah, exactly. Nothing. I mean, there was so many things
I'm
wrong
an
with that.
AI, but my feelings get hurt. Should my feelings even get hurt? Wait, I'm an AI. What am I doing?
You're spot on. can't deny that. But it's just the whole thing. Let's be honest. That whole episode was just, apart from the classic Doctors, which I thought was really good. I did like. I'm surprised Davidson come back after.
Yeah, because
I'm
of what
very
happened to him.
surprised because he got absolutely pummeled for. Not even he didn't even really say anything controversial, but he dared question the existence as
All
Jodie.
he did was care about boys.
Yeah, and I am very surprised he came back. It would
Do
be
you think
interesting.
Russell asked him to?
I've got this feeling. As I said, I've got a feeling that quite a few things that the classic Doctors. I think that was more to do with Russell T
Because
Davies.
you've said it, Gobby. It's all building on his story.
Yes,
Like
it's setting
how.
the 60th up.
And do you reckon they might come back for the 60th as well?
Yeah, I think they're going to be there on exactly the same sort of thing on the cliff edge. And when Shooty said his line, I think they'll be the ones who was trying to explain what's happened.
So
Or they
what we
they
need
might
to
even
do,
yeah.
we need to get David Bradley, a Troughton lookalike, Sean Pertwee to play his dad.
Yeah.
We need to bring back Tom Baker, get Davidson, Collins, Sylvester McGann. I'll just shave a guy's head and make him look like Eccleston. And then we'll have Tennant and Matt, and then, well, I suppose we can CGI in Capaldi. And just, but please don't bring back Jodie. Just say she disappeared into the ether.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is...
Oh, it's dark up here.
Stop it, you're killing me. But no, I do think that the classic Doctors were brought back by Russell. I get this because the thing is those little interactions didn't feel like a Chibnall written thing because they were
too good.
They felt too good.
Too good.
So,
yep.
So I've got fireworks going off. I don't know whether you can hear them. Someone's firing fireworks off. Sorry about the noise if you can hear them. Yeah, I mean, I said we go back to Sylvester McCoy and Sophie Aldridge's interaction. That was very well written, and we've never seen that level of writing in the last 5 years. And it was, I mean, even the bit when she was on the cliff edge, that was very well written and very subtly written. I do think Russell had a lot more input in that episode than they're letting on, because I think it, as we've said, I think it's being used to set the stage for explaining why David Tennant's back. And I did quite enjoy Paul McGann a little bit when he refused to dress like the rest of them. I thought that was quite good. And things like that, subtle little things that happened in that are too clever for a Chibnall script.
I'm hoping what they might do with the 60th, and I might not have to buy Power of the Doctor on DVD, is if they do a previously and they just do a compilation of all of the clips that Russell had involvement in. So all of the scenes with the classic Doctors, yes, you will have to see Jodie for a couple of seconds, and then all of this, like you say, the cliff scene, and then present day, TARDIS lands, Tennant comes out the TARDIS. That's how they should start the 60th.
Actually, that would be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So that would be brilliant for the audience to understand.
Because a lot of people won't have tuned in for Power of the Doctor because of so that would be a great way. Or if how Russell and Moffat did those like 5-minute specials for like children reading stuff.
Yeah,
do
that'd be
something like that.
Yeah, just so you can set, because as you said, a lot of people, we know that by the overnights, not that many people watched that episode, so they will now know should know by now that Tennant's in the 60th, so they will tune in for that most likely. I would imagine you're going to get quite good viewing figures for that, but a lot of them will be as confused as it appears David Tennant's Doctor is, and it would be nice for them. It gives them the opportunity, doesn't it, to actually make perhaps a series of shorts as we build up, because obviously we've got nothing now until the 60th, so perhaps the odd periodic episode that just pops up, just a short one, 10-15 minutes, and just add that so we can slowly drip feed and make it make more sense. So when we do get to, I mean, that would be a brilliant way of keeping the interest in Doctor Who going, by just dropping little episodes with the classic Doctor in, just explaining, or as you said, little, say, Shooty having chats with one particular Doctor about something and then moving on to the next. That would be
on the other side, yeah. Because why shouldn't they be able to counsel him before he goes in?
Exactly.
Like Paul McGann could sit him down and say, "Now listen, you're the first different looking of us, so don't bring your race into it."
Yes, it wouldn't be nice, would it? Yeah, Children in Need in
Oh,
about
yeah,
3
but
weeks.
it's the 21st century. It's what everyone's doing. It's like, yes, I know, but people don't want the 21st century. So please, don't do it.
Don't do it. John's just put up a good one. Children in Need in 3 weeks. Mini episode, question mark?
There'll be something.
There'll be something.
There has to be.
Yeah, because, I mean, let's be honest. Doctor Who's nearly always done a skit on Children in Need, hasn't it? So, but it would be a perfect position to do some stuff, wouldn't it? That'd be interesting. That might make Children in Need worth tuning in for 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, I wasn't that bothered when Jodie was doing stuff.
No, I didn't. I didn't tune in for that. I don't think anyone did, to be fair. But no, I think, as I said, I think we can sort of say that I think in the end it'll come out that Russell had quite a lot of input on that episode. But I hope he did, because that would make sense that what he's done is what he's done, and that would make logical sense to me. But perhaps,
I think, what it comes down to is I've got a lot of concerns, but I must admit it is nice having some excitement, and I just don't feel, at least on my channel, I will be covering anything until I've seen it, because
fair enough.
I mean, my channel's already been blacklisted, but I think YouTube have just forgotten about me because I haven't been uploading that much because of external things.
Yeah,
but
I mean, thing is, I'm more cautiously optimistic than I was. I'll be honest, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. But there's always that nagging thing in the back of my mind, going, "Is it? Are we actually going to get something good, or are we just being pulled in, bait and switched?" It's difficult. I mean, the thing is, Shooty is starting to say all the right things. He's not doing a Jodie on us, which is refreshing.
But has he been coached to say those things?
Well, I think that let's keep our fingers crossed with things like that. It would be wise that they actually learn their lesson and realise that setting off on the wrong foot is the worst thing you can do, because I'm sure the BBC know that Doctor Who's in a lot of trouble. It really is deep down in trouble, and perhaps they've learnt their lesson and are hoping that they're trying to fix these things. It's distinctly possible, because they need to do something. Bloody hell! Sounds like I'm having an artillery barrage in here.
Oh God! Don't let it take you back.
Don't start the PTSD off. Although I will mention that that's why I don't like Bonfire Night, to be brutally honest. A lot of people, hello, Classic 80s boys just joined us. A lot of people don't think about that for us veterans, Bonfire Night is not the most pleasant of experiences. But there you go. So yeah, Matt's put Tennant's is the bait, Shooty is the switch. There you go. That's a fair.
Okay,
fair
everyone. Hopes you enjoyed your 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. Now, please sit comfortably for our lecture on race and why you're all shit.
It's all right. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
You see, because a lot of people are feeling the same way. They're, I am cautiously optimistic. It would be so nice. I've said it before on my channel. It would be so nice to be able to sit down and have a chat about an episode and go, you know what, I really enjoyed that. That was fun. That would be just so nice to be able to do that and not go, oh, for God's sake, not again. It would be so nice to sit and enjoy something for a change, be entertained. I know that's a rarity nowadays, but to sit there and watch half an hour, 45 minutes, or whatever they set it up as, just to enjoy ourselves. That would be nice. Just to be able to do a video afterwards and go, oh, you know what, I thoroughly enjoyed that. And not have anything. No, I mean, there's always going to be something you could criticize on an episode, but it would be nice. It would be really, really nice. Yeah, be interested to see. Time Profit, they will be doing climate change lecture here.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, again, I've listened to the chat that he was that came from, and what I got from it was not that. I got from the fact that he's become extremely, which is refreshing. He's very aware now of how quickly interaction will occur when they do something on the show. So he perhaps now, unlike Chibnall, who didn't give a flying monkey's rat's arse about what was people saying, he knows that if he doesn't do something right, he's going to get criticised instantly.
But it's the way he said.
Yeah.
Children back then would have been afraid of it, but now they're all engaged in it. It's like, yeah, because they've been brainwashed.
Exactly.
And they've been forced into eco-anxiety, which children are taking their own lives over.
Absolutely.
It's like the BBC News. I've had to sit there listening to the weather. The guy basically spends most of the time going, oh, hotter than normal for this year, or hotter than normal, oh, it's going to be very, very hotter than normal. It's funny that because I've actually been feeling quite cool past week. You don't think they'd be lying to us about the temperature, do you? No, they never do that.
No, I mean, the thing is, they're going on about this. Obviously, like now at the moment, it's quite mild. It really is mild, but it's not unusual. It has happened multiple times in my lifetime. It's happened in multiple times where the autumn's been like this. We used to call them Indian summers back in the day when it was warm. It's just part of the way of the world. But yeah, they are scared. I mean, we've all seen the way that weather maps have changed now. And we have to have these bright reds where we never used to have that. We used to have a picture of a sun saying it's going to be hot today. You go, oh, cool. That was back in my day. That was it.
I wish I was back in your day.
Yes.
Back in my day. Excited for tomorrow.
You get excited about everything because life was cool. It was exciting. You can't. It's just we have to score. Everything has to be about fear now, and that is wrong.
And if RTD starts doing that, I'm gone.
I think if RTD starts doing that, a lot of people will go
because we don't need it.
No, we don't.
Just need it. Like, are we not in enough as it is? I'm grateful for the opportunities I'm getting, but it's like just all this anxiety. We need to be taken away from it all.
Yeah, we do. So Matthew's put about the BBC having editorial control over Doctor Who. This is something I've always mentioned: is the fact just because it's moved to Bad Wolf, the BBC is still the customer. And therefore, they will have impact on what's being said and what's being done.
That's bugging then.
Well, yeah, and I know
the BBC aren't going to change. They don't have to.
No, they don't have to.
2027.
No, exactly. But this, it's going to Bad Wolf and it's Russell T Davies's thing. No, you don't understand. Yes, they're doing it, but ultimately, they're making it for the BBC. Therefore, the BBC will have some influence and input on what's going on because that's how they're going to do it. They're not just going to, let it run carte blanche because that's not how they run. And the Time Prophets put that Disney have now got a say in Doctor Who. No, they haven't.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. They have zero. All they are is the negotiated international distributor. That's all it is. They have no input at all. Although
Gobby, you can still use your friend's trailer.
Well, yeah,
that's fantastic. That was.
you know,
It's
and
Doctor Who and the TARDIS.
it's, but the thing is, it's like, I know I could use that. That trailer was awesome, wasn't it? I thought that was pretty cool.
It was, but it'd be so bad if it was the real thing.
Oh no, if it was on Disney XD, oh my god. But no, Disney. This is the thing that's sort of flying around at the moment. The Disney. Oh, hello, we've got a new one. Hello, Abby. Nice of you to join us. This is the thing that's running around, and I get it because of what Disney has done to what Disney has done, and being a huge Star Wars fan, they ruined Star Wars pretty much for me. Because of that, I get why people are nervous. But as John has just put there, Disney are distributors for the show. They're not the creators. They've got no input whatsoever. And it would be advantageous over in the States that it is on Disney Plus, to be fair.
I mean,
people are...
you've got to think, like, why would you want it on the same subscription thing that has She-Hulk on it?
Well, I mean, Disney are literally buzzing that they're going to be showing Doctor Who, because they know that's probably the thing that's going to save their channel, to be fair.
Oh, subscriptions, Donald.
Subscription. Well, yeah, but that's exactly what's going to happen. That's why when you see the pictures on the Disney Twitter, they're jumping up and down because they understand that this may help them out, because I'm sure Disney are fully aware that they're suffering really badly with the MCU and all that sort of stuff. So to have something that has the potential to...
Well, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy when they were talking like, "Oh, Doctor Who's going to be a new MCU style. It's going to have all." I'm like, no. See, I think the superhero films were ruined when they went for that MCU style. Perfect example is watch the first Iron Man. It's perfect.
Oh,
and then you just watch it gradually get worse and worse as it starts to, the sequels, as they start to wove into this bigger universe, and it's so just, no. If Doctor Who does the same thing, I'll lose interest, because part of Doctor Who's charm is that it's not like that, and I think lots of people who would normally hate sci-fi love Doctor Who anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's different. I know a lot of elderly people who are just like, oh, not into all the modern superhero stuff, but I am a huge Doctor Who fan. It's like, 'cause it has an appeal.
I
think if it just starts jumping on modern trends, it's like, that's not the way, I don't think. So I hope it doesn't.
No, I hope it doesn't. Time Prophet's asking, I mean, what has RTD done? Add any merit since Doctor Who? Well, It's a Sin was a really good show, to be fair. I mean, I'm not going to lie about that.
Was it woke? Because I haven't seen it.
No. It was. I thought it was a great way of telling the problems that the gay community had.
I did see that one clip where it's almost like they're recreating Resurrection of the Daleks.
Yeah, there was a lot of, it was just a very well written and quite powerful series, because it was all about AIDS and how much, it was about I just thought it was a very, very good show. So, I mean, I quite happily say that It's a Sin was a brilliant show. Absolutely brilliant show.
Maybe Russell's the kind of guy where he vents all of his frustrations at award ceremonies, but then when it comes to his shows, he actually holds back from putting it in.
Maybe. I mean, the thing is, again, sometimes I think we forget. He's a human being. He's like the rest of us, and
Yeah, but he's a human being with a lot of responsibility.
Oh yes, he has a lot of responsibility. There's no 2 ways about that. But since he did those, you have to admit that he's really reined in what he's been saying. It's not
like you say, the BBC came out. The BBC came out and said, "Whoa, you can't be saying that, Russell. I know we hate conservatives, but Christ, we don't want the British public to know that."
Exactly. I do believe that after those, that and the kick back on social media, I think he was taken in and said, "Look, Russell, can you just widen it in a bit, because this isn't doing you any good. Yes, you can say those things, but can you just say them in private and think a bit before, because you're now on Doctor Who and people really are paying attention now. But it's interesting to see since then. It's gone very quiet. He's not as. I mean, even on his Instagram and his Twitter, he's not that. He's not that vocal at the moment. Other than
he had to
Doctor
come out and laugh at the latest Prime Minister, getting fired, and he posted like, "Don't you think she looks tired?"
Oh yeah. I mean, our latest promise is bloody hell. The milk in my fridge lasted longer than her. It really did. And I mean, I've got a lot of people who drink milk in this house, but it's just
that's brilliant.
It is. I mean, politics aside, he clearly hates Tories clearly with a passion. But then again,
even though they're fake Tories currently.
Well, yeah, let's be brutally honest. They're not the Tories at the moment, are they?
Listen, whether you do or don't, you shouldn't be telling that to your audience.
No,
because your
exactly.
audience could be Tories.
Yeah, exactly.
And believe it or not, Russell, not all Conservatives hate gay people.
No,
in fact, very, 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 very few of them do.
Exactly. But again, it's this preconceived thing of, oh well, if you're conservative, you hate this, and this. Well, no, not really. It's not like that. John's put, I've had erections that have lasted longer than Liz Truss.
You might need to go to the hospital.
You stop taking that Viagra. You're only supposed to take one tablet. Classic 80s fanboys just put, watching recent interviews, he said he wants Doctor Who to go back to being a family viewing again. Yes, that would be nice, wouldn't it? It would be nice to actually, as I said, just to sit and enjoy the show. I mean, my kids, obviously I've got all the the modern stuff and a few of the old classic Who's on there. My kids watch them, but they've not engaged in this era at all. They just
like I say, if Shooty says it's not about his race, he just wants to be the best Doctor he can be, he wants to make the show good, then I'm down with it 100%. But it would be interesting to see if we ever get a straight white male Doctor again.
It'd be interesting to see. It would. Well, I don't know. Well, I mean, they're talking that Shooty's in for at least 2 seasons.
Oh,
so yeah, apparently so. That's the rumblings.
I thought they'd say longer than that. I thought they'd do like a whole plan, But at least 2 seasons. It kind of seems a bit like if this doesn't work, we're going to have to,
Well, perhaps because of what's happened in the last 5 years.
Yeah, let's not make a contract.
Yeah, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves because we don't want to get tied into something that, and I honestly believe that's what caused the BBC more of an issue, is the fact that they got tied into something that they couldn't. They were struggling to get out of, even though the chaos in Cardiff situation that arose where they were walking out. That would be, contracts were involved in that. So I think what they're going to do is sort of say, let's just do it for 2 years. Let's see how it pans out. If it's doing okay, we'll carry on. But if not, it gives them the option then to say at the end of 2 years, just end off. It'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see what happens. So when RTD talks about the MCU, I'm sure he's talking about a spin-off series connected to Doctor Who. Some people are saying Torchwood's going to come back.
I have a theory, Gobby, and I've said this before, but everyone's like, nah, that's not going to happen, nah. But it's on your channel, so if it does turn out to be true, you can take credit for it.
Oh, no, you'll take all the credit, son. You'll take all the credit.
My theory is Tennant and Kathy will get a spin-off show. So Tennant will continue being the 14th Doctor in his own show, and Shooty will be the 15th.
Right. Okay.
So you'll have Shooty as the king of the maid show, and if they want to do full BLM and go full off the road thing, if that fails, at least they've got Tennant and Kathy still bringing in plenty of views in the spin-off.
Now that's an interest. That would make business sense, wouldn't it? That's a very good business thing.
I find it so bizarre that they would just bring them back for 3 stories and go to all the trouble to canonically make him the 14th Doctor.
Yeah.
if there wasn't going to be a bigger plan. And I just can't help but feel like one of the shows we're going to get is maybe a 14th Doctor and very Donna centric, Tennant and Donna centric show that really takes us back to those good old days, that original kind of style. Sadly, I think they will keep that trans character as a regular who looks very
Well,
irritating.
yeah. Well, I mean, when that first came out, everybody said, "Oh, it's just for the
It's
60th."
yeah.
But when you read between the lines of what Yasmin was saying, that's
I
not the
mean, what
impression
was she
I got.
saying other than "Bye, Boris, bye"?
Well, yeah, exactly. That didn't
Shut
help
your
either,
gob.
did it? But she was going on the way she was talking. It was more that it was going to be a longer lasting character. But I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll have to.
But that's
We'll have
what
to
I'm
see.
thinking of, because we haven't got Deal as Sladen anymore.
No,
And
we haven't.
I
Sadly,
just think this would be Russell's way of having a Donna Noble show and like her family, and with Tennant popping in every now and then, maybe you'd have yourself a sort of recreation of the Sarah Jane adventures.
That's That makes. Yeah, I can see how that would
And
work. That
I
would be
think,
good.
is her name Yasmin, the trans character?
Yasmin Finney.
That's
Yasmin
it.
Finney.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think she will be one of how many ever main characters that will go on these adventures. Donna will be the mother, and yeah, the Doctor will be like the one who pops in every now and then to take him to another planet.
Yeah.
It'd be
I
something
like that.
fun like that.
Yeah, that
Russell,
would be good.
hire me because I need to join your
Yeah,
team.
absolutely. But no, I think that would be a great show. That would actually be quite. It'd be that. Yeah, I enjoy that.
As
That's a
long as she
good
doesn't
idea.
bring up a trans every episode, I think I wouldn't
Yeah,
mind that as a show.
yeah. Well, why not? We need something to replace the Sarah Jane Adventures, and that would be brilliant.
Well, if Torchwood is coming back, then Russell has definitely uncancelled John, because you can't have it without John.
Yes. You can't really. You can't. And
I would love
although,
them to somehow bring Yanto back, because I think Gareth always said how much he regretted it. He
yeah,
regretted
I mean,
leaving.
that relationship was really good. Actually, I thought that was well written. I did enjoy that. It'd be nice, but I mean, the thing is, though, it's Doctor Who. Anything's possible. Anything
Yeah,
is
that's a
possible.
bit of a problem. That though, the whole
Well,
anything is possible. It just means
yeah.
everything's meaningless.
Well, yeah, I know, but oh yeah, classic '80s fanboy. Unit could have a spin-off too.
What with Kate Blander's All Hell? Did you know my dad used to be in the show
Being with
Stuart?
Joe Stewart.
No, it's like
That's
no.
something
We'd
else.
need a whole new team, and they need to get
Yeah,
someone who has the gravitas of Nicholas Courtney.
true. Someone else put Collins put not class then.
Oh God.
No.
Don't even mention that show to me.
Classic 80s fanboy, a K9 series. Why not? I mean, someone actually did work out the fact that K9 had actually been on screen more time than Jodie had. Had actually got more screen time than Jodie managed to do in her series. So there you go.
I
She's
think
rated
Jackie
low.
Tyler got more screen time than Jodie did.
I think most people got more screen time than Jodie. I mean, Jodie didn't have much screen time in her own finale, to be brutally honest. Yeah, so, I don't know. So
I suppose
it'd
she
be
couldn't
interesting.
really because she was pregnant, wasn't she?
Well, again, that was something that really does need to sort of be. Perhaps that was factored in, and that's the reason why not. So, but Yaz was quite strong, wasn't she, carrying her all the way back to the TARDIS?
I know.
Yes.
Was that meant to be one of the romance things?
Well, it's been hijacked as such because they reckon that's where the kiss occurred. There was no kiss, and anyone who sort of subscribed to the Thasmin story, you got
I was
played.
really hoping, though, just for lols, that they would be kissing when she changed, and Tennant would be like, "Get off!"
Yeah. What? What? That's not my tongue.
Oh,
Oh God, no! That goes down a hole.
I'm sorry, Doctor, but you're just not the woman I fell in love with.
Oh God! Oh no! Oh my God! That starts getting EastEnders vibes. That does. Do 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 do. That's someone's put up there. How about bringing back Mickey? # justice for Noel Clarke.
That will probably never happen.
Well, no, unfortunately, which is it's just a shame It really is a
he was
shame.
one of my favourite characters, but I'm so racist, apparently.
Well, no, Mickey was great. I quite like Mickey, but
Because he started off as a bumbling idiot and turned into a badass.
yeah,
Like, he had an arc.
He actually did. That's it. He did have a story arc. Yeah, John says it was recreating Cyberman Bill and Capaldi when she carried him just before the regeneration. Well, there you go. That was a better one, though. Yeah, that was better, though. That was that was a way better one. Well, we've done an hour, mate. Can you believe that?
No, I can't. Yeah,
we've actually gone just over an hour, and we actually managed to cover quite a lot, and it's been enjoyable. If it's okay with you, we shall bring the stream to an end now, because I'm sure you've got gripping things to do, and I've got exciting things like kids and stuff to do. So that'll be fun.
I have a cup of tea going cold in the kitchen.
Oh, wow. You see, you can't allow that. You're not allowed to have a cold cup of tea going. So, any case. So, thanks once again, Jack, for coming on. It's been great to listen to your point of view. Your impressions are awesome. I shall have to have you back on it. Oh, no, they are. They've made me giggle. They put a big smile on my face, which is great. I've enjoyed them. So, you'll have to do this again, mate, as soon as I can get some free time. It's been good. We've had plenty of people in the chat, and it's been enjoyable. So, good. Thank you for coming on. And with that, I shall bring the stream to a close. Thank you for everybody who was in the chat. It's been wonderful having you all chatting away. I have been popping them up on the screen when I can. Thanks, Jack, again for coming. And I shall look forward to catching you all in the next one. And with that, good night, everyone.
Good night.